Hi, my name is Ben.
Hello, Ben.
My first question is, what job that you started before you started coming to Millwood?
Before I came to Millwood, I was actually on a lighting crew. So I carried around big, heavy lights,
Okay.
and I set them up for concerts.
What kind of concerts?
Let's see, David Archuleta. Have you heard of him?
I'm a fan.
Yeah, Scotty McCreery.
He's good.
We had some big ones, but also some smaller school
That's
shows.
good.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to concert?
Yes. I want to go see Mary's concert.
Oh, jeez.
Mary, do you sing?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I want to go see her sing.
I don't.
And then marry her.
I mean, if whoa. It's just like the Bachelorette.
My last question is, who is your favorite music group? What kind of music you like to listen to?
Oh, this is gonna be embarrassing, but I'm a Taylor Swift fan.
Nice. I like Taylor Swift
Big
also.
Taylor Swift fan. I went to her concert once. I went with my best friend at the
That's
time.
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering my questions.
You're welcome,
Yeah,
Ben.
that's it.
Thank you for coming.
I definitely wasn't intending to go into the special needs population at all because I felt like it took a special talent to work there and I didn't think that I had that. But then I went and actually met the people and they're just people.
I love the fact that you can really get to know people so closely, not only with the participants, but also with coworkers too. I mean, you go through hard things together, and so it really makes a tight-knit group, that it really is just that closeness that I find very fulfilling, just to be able to recognize that we all are going through things, that we all have difficulties, and even though I might not have the same diagnosis as this individual, we have so much more in common than we don't.
Before I went to school, I didn't know what to study, but I wanted to do something that made me feel useful, made me feel productive, and helping people, but also helping me to gain the skills that I wanted in my own life as well. And so things like compassion and service orientation and being able to communicate and work with people led me to social work. And I have all these laminated gift cards that you just practice sorting and putting on the right hook.
My mom worked in a special education classroom ever since I was little. When I was in elementary school, there was a little boy who had autism, and my best friend was paired with him for some different school projects. And so we've actually maintained contact, me and that friend. And he, even to this day, will call me like every other day, usually talking to me about dating advice. But honestly, he's probably one of my most loyal friends.
I knew I wanted to serve people. I just had no earthly clue what I really wanted to do. I had found a great job at a nursing home, and I worked with a gentleman in his late 30s who didn't speak and had Down syndrome. It was kind of a challenge for me, and by the end of the summer, he was speaking, and I was in love with working with people of differing abilities, and I said, this is for me.
I started off in a group home, which is just, for me, it was just a job. But then I got in and I met the guys. I wanted to see the world. That was my thing. I wanted to just to get away, but I found another passion.
You know, it kind of chose me. And it's interesting because as we interview, staff will oftentimes ask them, like, what is your story? And we hear that a lot, is that it chose us type of a thing. When I was 12, I actually had a girl in my church congregation who had what's now diagnosed as Angelman syndrome, but at the time it was kind of an unknown. She was nonverbal and she was my age, and I became her babysitter. She was just someone I was very comfortable around, and I didn't really recognize that as anything unique. And when I was 16, my family was moving out of state, and her mom just said, I hope you recognize that you have a gift, and I hope that you'll do something with it someday. And that stuck with me. I mean, that's, decades ago, and I can still hear her saying that to me.
Okay, so Katie, tell me why you like working here.
Oh, I love it here. I'm always surrounded by lots of people who tell me that my outfit looks nice, you know. I love the participants. I love teaching classes and having fun conversations with all you guys.
So do you talk about Mary's play? Mary was just in a play. It was maybe last weekend or the weekend before, something like that, really recently. And so me and 3 other of our coworkers, we went and saw her play together. We made a big banner for her, and she did amazing. She's a natural, very sassy.
And she came out and was like, just beaming and smiling. She's like, did you see me forget my line? I'm like, no, I didn't notice. She's like, oh, good.
So it was amazing to see her in that element where it's something that she enjoys, something that she's passionate about.
She was very excited to have support there and something outside of day program. To have day program people support her, and it was a big deal for her, I think.
Okay, so I got a question. I got a big question for you.
Okay.
So what are you passionate about? What is your passion? What do you want to do 50 years from now?
I went to the United States in 11.
Hello, Omar.
Hello.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Welcome.
Omar and Sue are just so funny. Whenever we do sign-ups, it's like, okay, who wants to do spring bingo? And Omar will raise his hand and Sue will go, me too! I'll do it! You know, just following Omar because she's in love with him.
Omar, he's also very safety oriented. One time we went on the Metro travel training, and so he was just making sure everybody was safe, making sure everybody was looking both ways, telling us all these safety facts about the Metro system, don't walk where the bumps are, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. What kind of job do you think you would like to do?
Become a fast train driver.
Okay.
Like basically I want to drive a fast train so I can take you guys home safely and soundly.
Omar's great. He's the one who wakes everybody up and gets them going, and he's the one dancing, doing the shimmy and shimmy. He's got his favorite song that we listen to every morning, Justin Timberlake. Get everybody up and exercising and active. Yeah. That's Omar. I do a thing with him where we check in once a month and we just talk about how he's doing. And I learn a lot about the drama that goes on in behind the scenes with the participants from him. He calls it, the young and the restless. So much drama, I can't take it.
What do you want to do after you get out of this place? What is your dream job?
Working with animals. Dogs. I'm not a cat person.
Dogs, okay. You want to work at an animal shelter or you want to work at PetSmart?
PetSmart.
There you go.
Who's your favorite staff member? What is the best thing about them?
Actually, it's all the staff for them to help out.
Anne is very serious and very bossy, but I've had her since the beginning, so she's close to my heart.
Okay, so Anne goes volunteering every single week, and it's at a hospice place, but it's their office. So she does the binders that they give to people who are thinking about getting their services and takes it very seriously, which is awesome. She's very responsible with those types of things.
She's always doing everything right and wants a job really bad, and she's having a hard time getting there, so it's kind of, I feel for her because she's doing everything right, and it's slow going.
I would love to just educate people on the abilities of so many of these individuals. Hire them. Let them work. We have 5 different volunteer opportunities right here, and it was kind of hard to get some of them going because there's just this hesitation and skepticism almost of like, oh my gosh, what is this going to be like? How much support are these individuals going to need? And then we get there and we clean the cages and play with the cats at Petco. We're interacting with the preschools at Arlington County's Creative Preschool Program. They're folding towels at the Sport and Health Fitness Centers, and it's cool because they can totally do it.
When somebody is looking for a job and this is the job that they want and this is the area they're interested in, if you give enough support, anybody can do anything. And I argue that people of differing abilities make the best employees. because they don't want to disappoint anybody. And the longevity and the loyalty and the ability to do the job well is something that's really exciting when you find that perfect match of employee-employer.
We do a lot to get them interacting with others and doing things that everyday adults would do, going to museums, going to the grocery store. And Anne, when she went to the grocery store, she came back saying, I pushed the cart and I didn't bump into anything.
We took some participants to the job fair today. And from my perspective, it was a hot mess. But from them, they all felt so accomplished. They'd gotten dressed professionally. They were handing out their resumes, talking to people, smiling, shaking hands. And I was like, this is awesome. This is what it's all about. It's for them. That's what I love, is seeing them feel like they've done something successfully.
It means a lot to them to get out in the community and do those things. They want to be able to do what everybody else does with as much independence as they can.
What goals do you want to have for yourself? What goals? What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve in life?
One thing that I would love to wave the magic wand is to change the stigma that society has on individuals of any differing circumstance, whether it be teenagers, whether it be mental health, whether it's, an individual with Down syndrome, someone that uses a wheelchair, like that type of thing. I really wish that just overall society would see past what they're seeing and just get to know these individuals.
One of the participants was on the bus the other day, and I guess he scared somebody maybe, and they didn't realize that he had special needs, and they got upset with him and dug their claws into his hand, and they had to do a police report and things, and I just felt bad for him. He was probably just trying to ask him how much it costs to live in Vegas, not trying to scare them or anything.
That came hard for me, not being accepted, and me being an advocate for them in the community. I do like going out in the community with them, because now, again, you got to wake up the world and show them that people with different abilities can do the same thing as you do. And I think everyone has a disability somewhere. Everybody. So, just don't think you're exempt, but you're not.
I know plenty of folks with all the supports known to mankind who are struggling, and what makes someone feel like it would be any different with somebody of a differing ability. The supports don't have to look the same, and they don't look the same from person to person. They look quite different, but that's still necessary anyway. We're nowhere where I think we should have been by the 21st century. This is not at all how I envisioned 2019. I thought we would be much farther along and we would have less barriers than we're still facing today. One being obviously funding.
So the building was built in 1932. It's a very old building. I believe it was an old elementary school. And we've since found out that it's full of asbestos, lead, and mold.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we just got that inspection done. So we'll see if they end up doing the remodel that they promised us. But that's nonprofit life.
As much as I like to dream big, I also like to focus on just who can you help today.
I get paid to play. My husband's a diplomat. We joke all the time about how different our jobs are, where we'll be doing a sensory game with shaving cream and throwing Cheetos at each other's heads, trying to aim things. And he's sitting in meetings talking about Russia. It's like...
Ultimately, when I go home, it's that good kind of tired. It's that good kind of exhausted, knowing that you really earned every penny's worth, but also just that you really put in every effort you could to make somebody's day a little bit better.
It's a feeling that you receive when you walk into a room with a crowd of people, and you don't have to say a word, but everybody know that you're there. It's like that, and it feels good. It feels good. It feels good to be needed.
There's nothing greater than when a former client will hunt me down on Facebook. That is amazing. There's no greater feeling than someone years later, taking the time to actually say, I was doing this with my wife and kids the other day, and it reminded me of when you ran the rec therapy group back in 2006 when we did whatever it was. And I'm like, those are the moments that make it definitely worth it.
My work has significantly impacted my entire family, from my parents to my grandchildren, and it's made our lives much richer.
To give back is a good thing, and I think whatever your goal is here, you're going to reach it to where that you will be making a difference. And if I can be a part of that, then sign me up.
Well, thank you for coming, and
Thank you.
and have a great day.
Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
That was great.